Oh, hey guys, I'm Mr. Conklin. Wanted to start up our YouTube channel. Mr. Spina and I used this last year as a way. We were both e-learning teachers, so you're actually in my classroom from last year right now. And we just want to get this page up and running so that we can shoot little videos like this through Zoom where you guys can hear from us. Currently, parents aren't allowed on campus. We don't know when there'll be an open house. And we can send a lot of things in writing, but hearing it directly from us through this video, I think sometimes communicates the message a little better. So we've had a really good start to the school year. They do math and science in one classroom, mostly with me. The reading and writing happens in the other classroom with Mr. Spina. Pretty standard for third, fourth, and fifth graders at Collins. We've already had our beginning of the year math test and beginning of the year science assessment. They're not really tests, but baselines to kind of see what they know and what progress they make throughout the year. We have our iReady coming up this week for reading, next week for math. And there is a reading baseline test that we have to give, all to just kind of determine where the kids are to start the year. So that'll all continue to happen for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Tomorrow, we're going to send home a paper and it's going to kind of recap everything on this video. So I'm going to try to hit everybody with a piece of paper home, this video, remind directly to your email, and maybe even through the Canvas email, because we want to try to get it so we're sure that parents are getting these messages. The number one most important way for you to communicate with us, the easiest, quickest, most efficient way for us to send messages and for you to send messages to us is through the Remind app. So the paper will give you directions on how to join. If you're watching this video, you can send a message to 81010. That's the number, like the text you send it to. With the message, in the body of the message, type the @ Sponklin, Sponklin 21. And that will automatically join you to our Remind app. Last year, we let the kids download it, and they would get our announcements too to remind them about things. So if they have a phone and you want them to join, they can. They can't communicate with us. Only parents can communicate with us and send us messages. And I know some people think that when they respond to that, it looks like kind of like a Facebook feed in there with a lot of, it looks like when you send a message, it goes to everybody. Those messages only go to currently just to me, and we're going to set Mr. Spina up so he gets them on the other end also. So don't think that those messages are going, you have no ability to send messages to anybody but me at this point. So anything you send comes directly to me. Let's see if we've had a lot of people talking about Canvas. We're going to use Canvas in the classroom. We have close to 20 laptops between our two classrooms. We have about 6 desktops that work very, very well. Mr. Spina and I are big on the technology in the classroom. So if we want you to try to experiment through the end of next week with just getting into Canvas, there's some assignments posted in social studies and language arts for you to get in there and start to see how it works. We will, during the school year, give the kids assignments in class where they have to enter their answers into Canvas. And they can do that in the classroom through our laptops. They can do it at home with your personal computers, any way they want. This is to start to get them ready for middle school, because in middle school, they use Canvas and these online programs, EdSpeed, like pretty much exclusively. They use it a lot. And they'll have lots of teachers giving them lots of assignments in different ways. So for the next couple of weeks, please practice. If you have not logged into Canvas at home, please try. We'll probably do a video to kind of walk you through how to log in. Most of the kids should know how to log in and their passwords. You can sign up for a parent account. If the kids are logged in through Canvas, just log them out and it'll let you sign up as a parent. You'll be able to follow, they'll be able to follow most of their participation grades will be online. So they'll be able to see that, they have 80% of the assignments in math complete. So explore that over the next week or two. We'll probably do a video to walk everybody through it. And if in the next week or so you can't get into that, please send us a message and we'll try to help you guys get through that. A couple other things that are on my letter here. We're not going to use those agendas this year. We kind of just use the Remind and all of our internet sites to communicate with you guys. So if the kids want to use those agendas to write things that they want to remember, uh, remind themselves of homework, all of those things, that's perfectly fine. If you want to write a message and have the kids show us the agenda and there's a message in there, that's fine too. But ultimately, if you can get on the Remind app, it comes right to our phones, right to our watches. And depending on what we're doing, and there has been a couple times this year where the notifications haven't come through, but that's the best way we find. If there's problems in class, I mean, we're going to send you a message through there so we can handle it much quicker. Um, so they do not need to keep bringing those agendas back and forth unless they're using them for some reason. They do have a folder that is in their book bag that we have labeled like their homework bell work folder. We're going to use that. We are going to give them homework every Friday. We're going to give it to them Friday, and it's due by the next Friday. They can turn it in any day they want of the week. It's just due by the next Friday. And that homework stays in that folder. So when they come in early, they have time in the morning to work on it. When they complete their work in class, it's kind of like their overflow practice. If they have time in between classes, if they have time when they're outside or they're waiting for rides or they're at home or even homework. So we're going to try to keep it very focused on the math that we're doing in class and some building activities and try to keep it. The reading will be heavily focused on the science because we're going to talk about that in a second. That's a big deal for us in fifth grade. So please keep those folders. Now you will see we have started this week for science. They have a plastic bag stapled in that folder with flashcards. Those are our current fifth grade FSA vocabulary words that we really want them to practice. We're going to have competitions against other classes this year to really, really dig in. The best way for them to excel, which is my next topic, fifth grade is the only year where they test science at a state level. So essentially, all of our kids this year are going to be tested for their knowledge of science from first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade all this year. So that said, we really have to hit on the vocabulary, some of the past terms. And I'm just going to be honest with you, the questions are very challenging if you don't very specifically know what those words mean. They do not make the multiple choice questions very easy. They are intentionally confusing to get you to mix up the words. So we found that if we really, really focus our homework and practice time on those vocabulary tied with the activities and the things we do in class, we really get a lot of the best results for the kids. Because those scores can, dictate, their path in science through middle school and things. So it's very important. So look for those stapled in the folder. This letter also does talk about this YouTube page that I'm going to be sending out. So you can always join this. We'll send through this YouTube page. We'll post little videos that might show you how to work out certain problems that we're working on in class. We want to use it to give the kids something to reference if they're practicing at home and to kind of reach out to you guys to show you what we're working on in class. So we'll try to shoot various videos when things come up, concepts come up, things that we're working on, because sometimes to hear it and see it like this, we think is a lot better. So this paper that's going to come home, if you're watching this video, it's probably the day it's coming home. I'm shooting it the night before. Please fill out the paper and tell me whether you're getting the Remind message or not, and then sign it and return it, because we just want to make sure everybody is getting our messages that wants to get them. That's all we have for now. So if you can look for that paper, I pretty much just told you everything it says. So if you could just sign it and confirm to us that you're getting the message, we'd really appreciate it. And we look forward to having a great year.